huevos, bighead. What? I shall rise to Florida and I will conquer.
He has been risen! What? To sweep and swipe away the foul stench that is pestilence! To fester all you pathetic mortals and your pathetic morals!
And I am with a load of idiots that keep screaming into my face.
We're gonna need new lungs after we're done with this shit. Okay. Let's get started, guys. Okay? Ready? You good? I'm good now. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a brand new episode. And by brand new, I mean this is the very first episode of DudeWhatCool Podcast. I am your host, Daniel. Sitting right next to me is the one, the only, the Ayatollah of rock and roller, Mr. Joshua Rodriguez.
Yo, what's going on? You're making me sound too hype over there, man. I'm just a guy. There's some guys.
Anyway, right across from him, we got Mr. Matthew Almeida.
Sword
And David.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to get started with
couple topics.
couple topics. That including Lion King. Mr. Matthew, you wanted to talk about Lion King, didn't you? What did you think of the 2019?
I think I overreacted on. It's still a good movie, but there were just some things I was a little bit disappointed on.
Bullshit.
And that's mostly. Yeah, it is
Bullshit.
It's fucking bullshit.
Bullshit.
I would have to say it would probably have to have been the animation, just because of it.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. And the reason why with the whole animation is I was expecting, since Jon Favreau was the guy who also directed the live action for The Jungle Book,
Yep.
he was going a new direction and wanted to try to make this kind of sort of like a documentary, which is kind of weird, but it's like, how can you make a documentary of a movie that was like pretty much like one of our favorite movies as a child,
You can't really take a classic and just retrace around it and...
But I felt like that's what they did. And then now, just with how everything is going now with these like live action movies that Disney's trying to bring back, it's just like there's nothing that they're like improving on or anything. It's literally just the same thing.
It's the same thing. Yeah. No, I agree. David, you and I went to see this.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of the lovely Lion King?
There's a couple of jokes I appreciated.
Both
and yes, you and me were both like, oh my God, this is like a Nat Geo documentary.
Whoa, just because I was going to forget. Earlier, before the movie, I did cut you off. That's going to happen a lot. The Cats movie trailer had been on right before the Lion King. And I forgot we were going to mention this. But my God, that was...
I think the highlight was Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo. When I saw the trailer, I'm like,
no.
Wait, isn't that one play that was like back in the 90s and no one gave a shit about it?
And now it looks like everyone gives a shit about it.
From the
how
director
horrific it looks.
of Les Miserables.
Once again, Hollywood has let us down.
Oh my God. And it was funny because there was a little girl behind us and she's like, I wonder what it's about. So David, I'm like, I should have gone up and been like, it's about fucking cats. It's about cats.
I think the directors of that movie just kind of looked at all these like funny cat videos on the internet. It's just like, I think we can make a movie out of this.
Let's put Taylor Swift in it.
It's like, you know what? People like cats.
And Jason Derulo.
And
Hip hop icon, Jason Derulo.
And if you think the trailer was going to get any worse, James Corden.
James Corden. Lovely. Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Jesus Christ.
Throughout that whole experience of us being there for like 2 hours, we had this family next to us and this family behind us. 2 girls specifically just making comments throughout the whole, either the movie or the trailers. But for that one specific thing, they were like, I want to see it as soon as they saw James Corden's name in it. You know it.
Basic. Anyway. No.
But no.
Anyway. So, more about Lion King. What didn't you like about it compared to what did you like?
I think it was mostly the facial features that I didn't like. Like, it didn't match the voices.
Right.
Exactly. Aside from me not liking Beyonce's quote unquote voice acting, but Lions attack.
When she did her her own singing for Can You Feel the Love Tonight, I feel like Hans Zimmer. I don't know why, but I feel like Hans Zimmer talks like a Peter Lorre. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, Beyonce? Jesus. And then we got Elton John in star-shaped fucking glasses, just like.
So Josh, just a little spoiler for that scene. Can You Feel the Love Tonight happens at like 3 p.m.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. But yeah, I personally have not seen the movie.
Good.
Don't. I don't. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see any of these modern Disney live adaptations of the classic movies. I don't know. I prefer the animation a lot better. I heard that Beauty and the Beast was actually pretty good, but I still haven't seen it yet.
There's still a good amount of live action movies that Disney's bringing back, just as Beauty and the Beast and all that. And I think when it came to stuff with Dumbo, I'm gonna probably have a bunch of people
you did see Dumbo. I didn't
Dumbo.
get to see it.
How was it?
Tim Burton being Tim Burton.
Oh,
And it's funny because you got the same people
didn't
from
it flop?
Batman. You got Tim Burton, you got Michael Keaton, and you got Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito's in the Dumbo movie?
Yeah. He's like the ringmaster, I think.
No, he's still the Penguin.
Oh.
He just transformed.
He's the Penguin! I have
funny.
to see it now. Wow!
Is it the same as Robin Williams in Happy Feet?
Sort of.
Nothing. It's not happy. Nothing.
It's supposed to be.
But it didn't flop, did it? I guess it did.
No, it was still good. I mean, they did change the ending though, because you remember in the ending where Dumbo he's back with his mom, Jumbo, and all that. No, they changed it. And
So he's not with his mom.
Nope. Well, no, he's still with his mom, but they changed the whole story.
He gets shot down mistaken for a plane.
Jesus.
No.
No, I don't think that happens.
I haven't seen it, so I can't.
I mean, it's not like you were looking forward to it, to be honest.
That's
Let's
true.
just say that there was apparently some news that some people from Peter were telling Tim Burton, I hope you leave this as a good ending.
Yikes.
Because, that still means that, okay, in the original, he's still with his mom and the elephants are still in the circus.
Of course.
And all that. But let's just say he changed it up a bit.
Gotcha.
So if you want to watch it, watch it.
All right.
I want to watch it just because Danny DeVito's in it.
But as I was saying, animation, it's to me, it's just pretty dull to the fact that, they have nothing that they want to improve on or being curious on how to, give that emotion when it comes to that type of CGI, live action animation with the lions. I mean, he did well with the Jungle Book, but this one, it's just you can tell Simba, when he was a cub, he didn't even give a shit with that scene of the stampede. The dude was the cub was literally just looking at it and then just ran away. No emotion. He was he was scared or anything.
Can we?
Or
moment his ears weren't even going down.
Can we talk about that zoom out shot? The no, and then the crazy shaking.
The shaking of the camera, dude. That's a meme.
That's a meme right there. I can't wait for all the memes, to be honest with you.
But I found myself enjoying the parts that were different more than
like the Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah,
kind of different.
Yeah, and then a little Easter egg for the song.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That I ended up enjoying,
yeah. I mean, there's some things to appreciate. For one.
What are you guys, Lumiere fans or something?
Wink, wink.
I haven't seen it. I don't want to see it, honestly. But I heard that the Be Prepared song for Scar was actually cut down.
It was, yeah.
It felt a little bit rushed.
What? Are you serious?
To me, I feel like the whole film.
It was interesting to cut into it. I really felt like it was interesting the way they approached it, but it's missing the scenery. So if you like green, you're gonna be pretty upset.
They took away all the green from the movie.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's like a stormy night, and it just looks at night.
It just looks
it's at night. That's it.
And by the way, another thing is, I just didn't like the fact that even though they brought back James Earl Jones as Mufasa, just because some people have those little nostalgia brownie bites and just want it, why couldn't you bring back the original characters as well? No offense to anyone that played them, but I just felt like it's just no.
Yeah, I guess.
If you're gonna want to do a live action, then you might as well bring back the whole characters.
Yeah, that's kind of what
Just because you want James Earl Jones, because no one can replace.
Well, the
his
guy's
voice as
pushing
Mufasa.
90, 88, 89, you said? the other day that he was like 88 or something?
Yeah, the dude's like in his late 80s.
Oh.
And he doesn't even have like that same like that like stern voice that he has like when he was like telling Simba like how disappointed he was ever since the whole thing when he went to that area that he wasn't supposed to go to.
Yeah.
It's just, to me, it's they're trying their best, but to me it's just not.
Yeah, it didn't really make sense to me either when I saw that they're bringing his voice back as Mufasa, but everybody else was recast. I'm like, I don't see the purpose of that. But
I see it as two things. Number one, a lot of people come up with the approach of saying, oh, well, it's got to be diverse. We got to head towards this direction or whatnot. And personally, I'm like, okay, I can see where they're coming from. But my other complaint I have is that if you don't have the people that are willing to perform well in these roles, such as Beyonce, who I feel like was very miscast as older
I feel like
Nala.
she was trying to go as what was the actress name who played Nala? Moira Kelly, I think that's her name. I don't know.
What, the original actress? Wasn't that Demi Moore?
No, I don't think so.
I forgot who it was.
I thought Demi Moore was Hunchback.
I got you.
Oh, probably. Oh, yeah. I think that was. Yeah. God, I'm
How about Esmeralda?
Esmeralda.
Moira Kelly.
Yeah, it was Moira Kelly.
So it was just she had it, but then it's just like, hey, I don't know if it was just something like, hey, you want to be part of this movie or whatnot, just to bring like some big celebrity.
Yeah.
But hey, to each their own. It's still a great movie, but
the people that will enjoy it, they will enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I agree. I concur.
So.
Yeah, but still,
What do you
I still prefer the animation.
No, definitely. It's just those of us who I guess are kind of cynical to think, well, Disney's just doing this cash grab. Obviously, like, well, no shit. Obviously, like, they're a big company. They're gonna do everything they can to make more money.
Yeah.
Look at the Marvel movies. Look at all the other Disney live action adaptations they're gonna do. Hercules is coming down the road. That's coming up. Mulan came out with its trailer too. So
I just want to see the second trailer that they released because I want to see Mushu. I want to see if they're gonna probably.
Oh, and apparently they're gonna take the songs away from Mulan as well. They won't have "Make a Man Out of You" or anything
here's
like
another
that.
thing because I kind of tap into like finding out what's going on in movie business and industry and whatnot. Disney's not doing too well in the Chinese market, so if they're gonna do a movie about Mulan, they're gonna have to do it in a way that, number one, it's gonna be inspirational. Number two, is not gonna go against anything in the culture of Chinese heritage and all that. So you're not gonna see a lot of silliness in it. I feel like it's gonna be more of like a, hey, look at this strong, powerful female warrior that's inspirational to all the kids and stuff. If the Chinese market people like it, then they're gonna be successful.
But I just don't see anything wrong when it came to like the animated one because she was still like.
Well, I think it's a different climate now. It's just a different. What do I want to say? It's a different atmosphere where people are just quick to complain about everything, whether it's a movie or not. I spoke to, of course, our friend Manny, and the way he said it was like, dude, like I don't get it. Like, people were talking about like all this diversity and stuff, and it's not that I don't care for it. I'm like, I'm happy for it, but give me a good movie. Don't like, why does it only have to be about a character? I'm like, thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it doesn't have to be whether this person is this or that. Give me a good, well-rounded movie with a beginning to an end that I'm gonna be satisfied with, and not have me walking out the goddamn theater thinking, wow, I just wasted fucking $11 on this.
Yeah, like The Notebook.
It's not only just movies. It's affecting a bunch of other media as well. Like
Yes.
Especially even in video games or even in art. Like recently there was a whole this whole instance where they introduced a new character that's a gym leader in the new Pokemon game that's coming out for the Switch, and there was this whole debacle and this whole issue about artists doing fan art for her, and then it's just like. They had the wrong shade of skin or something like that. I'm just like, I mean, it's still they're still paying, homage to a good designed character, but it's just now completely being blown by people who just want something more diverse, so to say. I don't know, but it's affecting art, it's affecting video games, and I'm just like, I just want good content. I just want good. So if you want to make the show or the movie or the piece that you want to make it about something or a story you're trying to tell, then go for that. But if you're trying to substantiate or you're trying to please a particular crowd, then
Yeah.
you're kind of watering down the value of the story you're trying to tell.
Well, here's where my next question is going to lie in regards to that. Do you feel like now the climate within social media and everything has kind of affected more so like the production of certain properties that are put out in any form of media?
Yeah.
You think that's why like companies just take this safe approach rather than just like saying, hey, you guys go wild with creating this, and instead now it's just like, well, we got to make sure we check off all the boxes here and have this and have that and have that.
Yeah, I completely agree that it's just it just gets so blown out of proportion, to be honest, because the smallest difference in something can make a huge issue, or can be made into a huge issue.
Yeah.
I mean, I get like for example, I don't personally like the new live action movies from Disney, but at the same time, that's mainly because I believe animation is a far more better approach for storytelling. And since Disney is mainly catered to a younger audience or to all audiences, then they should just kind of keep going with that route, if that makes sense. Does that? What do you guys want to say about that?
I mean, when it comes to like those movies, I mean, Disney's trying their best, but you know, like you said, it's just going to be a cash grab.
Yeah,
I
just don't like it when it
it's
feels.
not going to have that whole thing because kind of like with, like, perfect example, which would be The Lion King. It's like you can see, like, you know, these people put in their blood, sweat, and tears to doing like this type of animation towards it. Whereas this one, you still got to do like a shit ton of work when it comes to CGI animation, but it doesn't have like that same like fullness or like that. It's just the emotion, I don't know how to describe it.
Well, what I was going to say is that if these people have the ability to create all of that with CGI, this entire world full of live, breathing animals and everything else, and you feel like it's a National Geographic video with fucking Disney soundtrack over it, why not just create something original?
Or if anything, they could have gone.
It's never been
They were like, wow,
Well,
we
I
haven't been
mean,
original.
Then again, they could have gone the Pixar route, like make it still CGI, but make it more cartoon-like.
That's another thing when it.
But Josh, we like
that's
money.
That's a big pet peeve for me, because I mean Pixar is still great, but it's just like nowadays you don't see any like 2D art as now. Like, when was the last movie that had 2D art that Disney made? I think it was like The Princess and the Frog.
That's about it. Yeah,
that was like, what, 2007, 2008?
Yeah, and it didn't make a lot of money. But then when it comes to like, you know, CGI and whatnot, and like Pixar, of course, and not only that, it costs less.
Yeah.
So why would you want to pay all these artists to do all this when we can just literally just like, you know, I mean, it's not going to be like that. Like, okay, it's done now.
Press a button and everything works.
But I just feel like, to me, I'm an old school guy. We all been watching like the 2D stuff, and they've been like, you know, going with like 2D to 3D, like perfect example, Tarzan. Like that, I kind of like that. Yeah. That whole perspective of it. But now we're going to this whole area now that, you know, we don't need like this type of like animation anymore, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we continue on with just Pixar instead of Disney making like actual like 2D animated movies. And
do you feel like there's any other movie though that might catch your interest, like let's say Mulan or Hercules or anything like that?
For live action?
Yeah.
Live action. I mean, to me, still the Jungle Book that Jon Favreau did. I liked it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It still stick to it. He still had the goofy like Baloo and like, you know, King Louie. Yeah. You still got, you know, the song Bare Necessities.
Of course.
Idris Elba was still badass as like Shere Khan. I appreciate it.
So you don't feel like there'd be anything that will
just, to me, it's like, it's kind of a hit and miss.
Gotcha.
But then again, it's an old movie, and they're just trying to make it, you know, to the general audience to see, like, you know, if it can digest.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
No, I get you. What about you, David? Anything that will pique your interest?
Just Mulan so far.
Just Mulan.
I don't think I want Hercules. I definitely
really
want Hercules? I do not want
because
Hercules.
it's gonna be with The Rock again.
Jesus fucking Christ! Disney, can
That
we
is a
not?
topic for another day.
Wait, is The Rock actually doing
Turbo
Hercules?
Drive.
Hold on, is Dwayne Johnson really doing Hercules?
No.
He
Did it. I think it was what? Legend of Hercules? I think
Yeah.
it was called.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was about to say if he's doing the new. Oh God.
And the funny thing
that would
is,
be
there was
funny.
like a Hercules movie before that.
Yes,
and then Rob
that
like,
was another Hercules movie. It was like congruent, like at the same damn
I
time.
remember when we were watching the trailer, and the girl was like, "Wait, where's Mushu?" Like, I got bad news for you, kid. The songs are gone too. The songs are gone too.
But that's.
But then again, you may
else.
not have to do that because you could watch it in the movie or you could watch it with Disney
Yep.
Plus.
You can still. Yep.
Get them
So
money,
you can still
get
watch
that
those old
moolah.
movies. You can still just stop being a fucking
that
millennial
moolah
and just
Get that
think
moolah
about
for
it.
moolah.
Just watch your old
Disney
Yeah.
Plus.
Disney Plus,
Disney
bro.
Plus streaming.
We got
service.
more streaming services.
Wait,
Apple
Disney
Plus.
has a streaming plus service.
Disney
now?
has a streaming service.
Yes.
Apple's gonna have its streaming service soon. CBS All Access is a thing. NBC is gonna have one. Of course, we got Netflix. We got Hulu.
Oh,
we got
God.
HBO now. We got Showtime. Give us your money.
Plethora.
So if you tell me you haven't seen a show, I'm gonna ask you, how the fuck haven't you? Look at all these streaming services.
Yeah, so I can get 10 different streaming services and pay $120 when I could get cable and pay $80 a month.
Well,
Exactly.
It's not. I don't know.
Come on, man. Don't you like good content?
Oh wait, but it's Apple. Apple streaming service, I'm pretty sure are
They're
150
gonna
of on their
bring
own.
back Steve Jobs from the dead so he could tell you guys stories.
The dude even even made like a freaking stand for like a computer that's like $1,000.
Yeah.
Nah, I just
Bullshit.
I'll buy it.
Why?
What is it? Space grade aluminum. It's all sold.
dude, I don't even have Netflix. I just watch stuff online.
All I pay for is Netflix. I pay Spotify, which gives me like a Hulu standard.
Oh,
thing,
Spotify's fantastic. I like Spotify.
yes. And Amazon Prime.
Please sponsor us.
Yeah. Yeah, I have
Please
Netflix,
validate us.
Netflix, Amazon Prime, but I do not have Spotify.
But even with that, I feel like it's so much shit to watch that I'm like, what am I gonna watch? And then people go, how come you haven't seen this? I'm like, I ain't got the fucking time. Relax.
They're like, hey, don't fucking tell me like what to do.
Don't tell me what the fuck to do.
It's like when Netflix coming out with like their own original shows, and you're like,
Yeah.
whoa, you're losing quality over the quantity here.
Whoa. Relax.
There's still a good couple of shows that Netflix is still bringing out. But
Yeah, but look how many Netflix originals are now compared to how it started out.
Exactly.
That's like I don't know if you guys have seen Big Mouth at all.
I want to
my
see that. I want to see that show.
Ye-
I don't
want
think
to
you
see
want
it.
to. Actually, yeah. You
Or
should.
BoJack Horseman. I actually want to see that one too.
BoJack is actually pretty good. I've seen a couple
BoJack
episodes
is
of it.
weird.
Yeah, I finally checked out an episode. Dude, it hits your feels right off the bat, dude.
Jesus.
Like the first
Like BoJack
episode, it has
or,
a slow
BoJack,
start.
I
BoJack,
think,
like the first episode, kind of, it's an acquired taste, but afterwards, like every other episode after that is great. Like it makes you think. It looks at different things from an alternate perspective, especially when
Even
it
though
comes
they're
to, like,
animals, like you kind of you
Animals
feel the
and humans.
humanity there.
Well, yeah,
And humans. So.
And humans? Oh shit.
like I feel like BoJack does a much better job when
Yeah.
it comes to describing toxic relationships within people and everything like that, and being absorbed in your own ego than other shows have tried to do. And
Right.
they take a better approach at things like depression or anxiety and stuff like that.
Okay.
I personally like that about BoJack. But it's definitely a good show. You definitely
And I
watch
do
it.
like the fact that they're giving it a twist of like adding, like, you know, I mean, we all seen like, you know, some shows with like animals and all that and some humans, but with this, it's pretty interesting. I'll give it that.
Okay.
Did you disagree with
I actually take
bestiality?
that in consideration now. But yeah,
Did
that's the tough thing is that what?
Did you disagree with bestiality? Answer my
Yeah,
question.
sure, let's do it.
David, that's a TV
Hey, whoa,
show.
whoa.
David, that's a TV show. You can do whatever. I mean, they got Family Guy showing Stewie getting pregnant, so I think anything is possible at this
They
point.
did that? Holy
When?
shit. When did they do that?
When did they? Hold on.
I need to know this.
Stewie gets pregnant with Brian's kid. You haven't seen it's
I
a
am
Family Guy.
I'm scared to find out any more of this.
I don't even know why we're
Why- I don't know.
we're all
How did we
shocked
get
because,
here?
You know,
It's Family Guy, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah,
You
but
know what-
still, like if they could air Stewie getting pregnant by Brian's kid, I'm pretty sure anything goes at this point.
yeah, kind of like with like Beauty and the Beast, you know,
Yeah.
or Tarzan.
True.
I mean, at least in Beauty and the Beast, the
Jinkies.
Beast turns into a prince. So, I mean, there's
Yeah,
not
but
much.
what do you think you do before? He turns
Oh no.
Daniel,
What?
it's a thing.
No fucking way. Oh my god.
I'm looking at the YouTube videos right now.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Anyway,
we're getting out.
we're getting a little outside. Before we continue, I'd like to bring a word from our sponsor. Hi, it's MC Mills at MC Mills Mitsubishi. My family's just been abducted in a Mitsubishi Outlander that I just traded in today. Anyway, I have some crazy deals right now, and here's some testimonials for you to find out what you can get.
Well, I was having an affair with my boss, and my husband found out, so I kind of had to kill him. But it would not fit in my Kia Soul, so I had to go to the new Mitsubishi store.
Wow.
They had the new 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander Sports. It is robust, refined, and boldly redesigned.
Wow.
With a sleek, updated exterior and a more aggressive stance, the new 2020 Outlander Sport is certain to make an impression, as it did on me. May I say, the AC will help me preserve the body.
Holy fucking shit, I just got a homicide in my hands. But anyway, here's another testimonial.
Hey, yo, man, I just want to say I love MC Mills and Mitsubishi. Man, them niggas are fucking tight, my nigga. Yo, I needed a ride to do a drive-by, went down over there, didn't even have to put in the down payment, bro. I even got shitty credit, man. I still got like 5 kids I gotta feed, but fuck them. Anyway, I got myself a 2019 new Mitsubishi Mirage G4. Thank you, MC Mills Mitsubishi, and fuck that bitch.
And there you have it, folks. And to add options to your shopping, we'll take your vehicle in any condition you currently have it as. Does it have damages? We'll take it. It has no
Wow.
tires? Not a problem.
Woo.
Does it have the decomposed body of your dead child in it?
Huh?
We'll take the soul too.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm MC Mills at MC Mills Mitsubishi. I'm an agent of chaos, and the best part about chaos is that it's fair, just like my car deals. So stop on by and trade your vehicle for a new Mitsubishi today. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. That was the wonderful MC Mills. What the fuck was that?
Can we just talk about how RC Hill just sounds like he's desperate to sell a fucking car? I've always wondered that. I've always wondered, like, is anybody actually
look? Anybody in Florida radio will sound desperate as hell to sell something to you. Okay, that's why this RC Hill guy is just like RC Hill Mitsubishi. Oh my God, what the fuck? And like you'll have other guys, David Moss. He's like, whatever it takes. I'll fucking
Whatever it takes.
I'll kill anybody. Whatever it takes.
But there's just something about RC Hill that just makes me think like that he's legitimately
Dude, the
crazy.
guy rhymes. The guy ends up rhyming about everything that he does, dude. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, he's great. I love him though. I love hearing his commercials. Like I feel like at some point
It like brightens your day just a little bit because I'm like, you sound joyful as fuck, and I sound like misery. What? How? How is that possible?
Like I feel like he just got out of a mental hospital. He just like for some reason he's selling cars. He's doing such a good job at it. Just kept him there.
I've been let out of the psych ward. Holy shit!
I killed my children to get this job. Get a new Mitsubishi today.
I need fucking commission. Give me your money now.
That's why it's funny. It's funny to put these people in like these scenarios that you're just like, how the fuck? How? But
I owe
it's
money
not-
to the drug cartel.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna die in 3 seconds.
All right. So my boys, we brought you all here today, not only for the first episode of DudeWhatCool Podcast, but we are going to talk about Warped Tour. Warped Tour, the wonderful festival that's always brought around every. Oh wait, it's canceled.
It's like canceled, but not really.
So it went from going across the country to just one place now.
3 places.
Pretty much the states that matter.
Oh, so not us. Oh, okay, cool.
Man,
Florida's not getting
Well-
Warped Tour.
Florida doesn't deserve World Tour.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Okay.
that's how they want to play it. But we are going to talk about the wonderful memories we've had at Warped Tour. So,
Good old memories.
who would like to start first?
Well, I would like to start first by saying that I remember when I first went to Warped Tour, I was wearing a leather jacket throughout the whole day, and people were giving me the weirdest looks because
What
I'm
year was
probably that was
2013.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
'Cause that was around because I was pretty much the only dumbass that had a leather jacket in the middle of the entire Warped Tour. People-
Everybody's sweating buckets, and you're over here
And
like,
this guy's
yeah.
like, man, it's so cold out here.
Yo, to lower down that AC. What the hell?
No, man, it was interesting. It was interesting, but definitely, when I went to Warped Tour, I saw O Sleeper.
They sure
I saw
was a sleeper.
Silverstein. What?
They sure was a sleeper on stage.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Nah.
damn. There's gonna be a lot of shit talk about certain bands, so if you get triggered,
Yeah.
we might not be sorry. Anyway,
Ain't that right, David?
I'm never sorry.
anyway, David, would you like to share a memory or two?
Probably my first Warped Tour. It actually happened on July 25th, 2010.
Oh, he pulled up the photo and everything. Holy shit.
God bless Facebook memories.
Wow.
But no, my first Warped Tour, I was 15. I was heavily obsessed with Sum 41. I found out somehow, I don't even remember how, but I found out that they were going to be in Florida. I'm like, shit, I got to go.
Oh.
So I ended up carpooling with 2 of my friends from Orlando, and that was like my first experience at a music festival per se. Because you got to understand, like, I come from Puerto Rico, so those kinds of bands don't even look at Puerto Rico.
Ah, gotcha.
They don't.
They're like, no.
Yeah, no.
What's the Spanish word for no?
Ay.
Nah.
Ay, fo.
Okay.
But anyway, so this is like the first legitimate like rock concert I go to.
Yeah.
I remember that my first ever band watching at Warped Tour was Parkway Drive. And dude, the way the crowd spread for mosh pits.
Was that the one that I was at?
No, that was 2010.
That was 2010. Okay.
I barely knew any of you guys.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Well, fuck you too. No,
It's
kidding.
the facts. Anyway, the reason I want to bring that one up is just because I did get to see Sum 41, and I got the pickup of my electric guitar signed by them. That was
Nice.
like the first time I got to like meet idols and stuff.
Yeah.
It was like, holy shit. Like,
So that
these-
was like
these-
your first exposure to that? The
yeah,
kind of,
like
meeting people.
like how
and-
accessible these people really are to you just by going to these festivals, and you can just wait in line for like 20 minutes and just like shake their hands like, oh my god, thank you, you saved my life.
You saved my life. All right, kid, get out.
All right, kid. Get out. You and like 20 other people. Let's go.
I got like 40 more of you guys. Come on.
Come on.
You mean 41?
41. Smart asses. Okay, Matt. Any particular moments you want to bring up before
not
we just
really.
start
No, I'm just
spazzing out?
Really? The Ghost Inside?
Ghost Inside? Never heard of him. I'm just kidding. My first Warped Tour was 2013. It was new to me because I knew some of the bands, but I never get to like actually experience this whole thing, which was pretty cool.
Right.
Never again am I going to wear black. I wore like a Ghost Inside like basketball jersey.
Yeah, okay. I
And I
remember
was
that
like,
one.
fuck, it was just like sweating.
It was
Wait,
that in the
that was
basketball
fucking hot.
shorts.
That was your first one?
Yeah, that was 2013.
That was your first ever one?
That was my first ever Warped Tour.
Holy shit.
Because everyone else was going, and then that's where, you know, when Let Live released The Black is Beautiful,
Yes.
I'm like, I got to see
Yep.
these guys, because I heard this guy is crazy on stage.
He
Yeah,
was.
you told me about it, because they went to the, well, before it was called Back Boot, but now
Yeah.
it's called
Now it's Soundbar.
Soundbar.
Yep.
I was like, yeah. I
They were
gotta check
there.
these guys out.
Yeah, I remember that, and the whole hype around them was like. But
Yeah,
any
it
other
was-
memories you want to share from Ghost Inside?
Well, okay. Well, 2013, I loved it, and
Yeah.
then when 2014 came by, that was pretty good because you had like many of the great bands like Ghost Inside. You had Parkway Drive. You even had like who was it? Less Than Jake. Finally saw them
yes.
guys.
We did see
okay,
real.
okay, yeah.
We did see Real Big Fish.
Real big. I didn't. I was.
Oh,
so,
that's
You
right.
know, you weren't. He
were
wasn't
there.
there.
I didn't. I wanted to, but it was.
We got this wonderful picture too, where it's like we're dancing the Real Big Fish, and my finger is pointing at this one dude that looks like he's so fucking done with my dancing.
No, I'm pretty sure it was 2 dudes.
It was two
And
dudes.
and all 3 of you had to go tease.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, we were just dancing, having a good time. This dude was just like, fuck.
He had a beer in his hand and like sunglasses, and he just looked pissed.
I
And
came
was
here.
like,
I came here for WJRR music.
is
That's
this
the type he
shit?
listens to, like fucking Cedar and
That,
shit.
And then what else? Yellow Card was good. So was
Yes.
I
Newfound
didn't
Glory.
see Yellow Card. For
We
some
saw-
reason, I was just like, I hear
Really?
you on my iPod. I can just.
That was
I remember
because
seeing them.
that
But
was
then-
like one of their last shows, right?
But my yeah.
No, they kept going.
No, they kept going in 2014.
Yeah.
I think they ended last year. Too,
Yep.
Like 2018.
Because I think it was you and me that passed by, and they did end up playing Ocean Avenue.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, when we were passing by, they were playing Ocean
And then
Avenue.
remember when Of Mice and Men was like starting? That this
Yeah.
dude came out of nowhere with like a freaking horse mask.
mask. Oh,
And this
God.
Danny was freaking on all fours, just like crying. I was like, "What the hell was that?"
Well, that's the funny thing about Warped Tour. It's like you just see all these random things. I remember seeing the guy with the horse mask,
The morph
the
suit
freaking
guys.
the morph suit guys, the Batman guys. I love the Batman.
Remember
guys.
that one little dude that was like, "Hey man, can I get on your shoulders? I'll give you this happy and like honey bun." And he offered you the
No, hold on. Listen. Can we talk about that?
Yes, we're gonna have to talk about it. Go ahead.
Okay, so we get there. Beartooth is the first band to go, so we're like, fuck it, let's watch Beartooth.
Yep.
So we're waiting there for Beartooth. some kid next to us is smoking weed, and that's when this kid comes along. It's like, yo, pass the weed.
And all of us just look around like, okay, what? And he's like, yo, I got this honey bun. And he passes it. He literally passes it to my side, and I just see from the corner of that honey bun this tiny bite. It's like a fucking turtle took a bite from this shit. And I'm like, this dude cannot be serious. I traded for a honey bun. Weed for honey bun. Not even just a honey bun. A bitten honey bun. What the fuck was that?
It was hot. Can you imagine how melted that honey bun was?
That honey bun was just
pretty
fucking
bad.
squashed,
No,
bro.
but to continue, I would have to say The Ghost Inside, just because I listened to that band first. Like, I think they were like one of the first bands that got me into like hardcore and metalcore, and then along with Parkway Drive. And the funny thing is, I finally met the vocalist, Jonathan Vigil. Dude was a sweet guy. The reason why he's laughing because wait till you hear this.
How would you describe his physique?
Manly. Beautiful.
His facial features, what is he like?
Oh,
well,
okay.
Let me finish it. So
He's not done.
So here's the thing that pissed me off. I was having a touching moment and telling him like, yo, man, I love you guys ever since that you signed to like, Media Scare, even when you guys were like their old name, which was A Dying Dream. And then when he got signed to Media Scare, that's when they became The Ghost Inside. I think that's how it went. But I did my thing, took a picture with him, and then this motherfucker, Danny, was like saying, man, that dude got a true American smile, put his face on a block of cheese. I'm like, this motherfucker. And I'm looking at the smile, I'm like, you motherfucker.
I ruined his experience.
But then since Danny likes freaking Coldplay one, I was like, I hope if you see Chris Martin, I'm going to be like, man, fuck you, dude.
It was wonderful.
But other than that, then finally seeing my third Warped Tour and also the final Warped Tour, 2018, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Finally able to see like some other bands like Crown the Empire, Motionless in White. Finally saw Wage War. I saw Amity. What is it called? The Amity
Affliction.
Amity Affliction.
Yeah.
We found out the hard way that the clean singer sucks.
Yeah.
Aaron does not suck. He's just it's been a while. Everything that he speaks of has to do with water. I take a piss and then I see the water. Let the ocean piss on me.
Oh my god!
But but I think the highlight was the fact that I was able to see Pennywise. And that was just the best thing to end Warped Tour. And then when they end the song with Bro Him, I was like, bro, this is so good. And then here they are, like, I was just like, I wasn't expecting these guys. And they were only here for the Florida dates.
Right.
I was like, oh, this is pretty special for me.
Were you guys? I think it was 2013. Were you guys there when it was about to storm and Sleeping with Sirens is like coming?
Yes,
I
was there. For
Kellen Quinn had the fucking balls to be like, "That's right, Orlando. We bring out the storm."
I remember that.
And there was like that.
Yes.
You can hear that. You can hear that groan from like everyone going, "Oh."
Oh, but then I remember.
And then the girls were crying because it was storming and they had to stop.
Oh my god.
I got two more things. I remember in 2013 when Bring Me Horizon came on, everyone was like, and then I looked and I was like, dude, I gotta take a shit.
No, what was the one where it was Andy
Black?
Yeah, that
or
guy.
Andy Biersack.
Ballsack, yeah. So
Black Veil Brides.
Black Veil Brides. He came out or something. Like he was walking
like
along.
talking with some. He was talking with like some girls and whatnot, and then we were just chilling, talking with like with our friends Oscar and Tyler and them.
Yeah.
And then I see him, and then the dude looking at me. I'm like, "Hey, Thaler." And this dude had a quick look, like 180, and just walked back.
He just left.
And then I even saw like the guitarist for Memphis Mayfire, Kellen.
Are they all called Kellen? What the fuck?
Kellen,
Jake,
Kelly,
Jason,
Can.
and
then another thing from 2018 Warped Tour, I always wanted to see Simple Plan. Yes. I always wanted to chant and then sing the songs of Perfect. But the thing that pissed me off was when they were playing Addicted. Yeah. What happened was there was this girl, she was being crowd surfed. She fell when she got to the end of the freaking what was it? She got to the end and then she fell on the fucking platform.
Oh my god!
And then she broke her neck. And because of that, they couldn't play.
Wait, she died?
No,
she didn't die. She was in a neck. She was put in a neck bracelet and the
Dumb
rest
bitch.
over to,
So
like,
that everyone just stopped.
Yeah, like,
Wow.
and then he was about to, like, sing the song. He's like, "Sorry, we gotta cut it short. We gotta cut it set short." I was like, "You
Damn.
motherfucker!"
Yeah, sorry, girl
I mean,
broke
no
her neck.
offense to that girl. I mean, like, hey, I hope she was all good and whatnot. But it's like, God damn it, why do you have to do that shit?
Oh, because that's
and
the
then,
that's the
no.
thing about-
But then here was the funny thing about that: Newfound Glory started, and then when they were playing Understatement, this bitch literally got back on crowd surfing with her neck brace.
What the fuck?
I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
That's
Well, I mean,
a
it's the
goddamn
last
trooper.
one.
Holy
That's,
shit.
but
I
if
mean,
that's
I'll give it to her. I'm like, hey, you do you, but if you break your neck the second time, don't.
she went the other way. No, I'm joking. Hopefully she's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
can you? Okay, let's stop. Let's pause here for a second. Can you imagine the look on the guy that she had to kind of poke and look at? He's like, "Hey, can you pick me up?" And then he looks at her. He's like, "Weren't you the girl that broke her neck?
Wasn't you just the girl I put up there that broke her neck?
pick
That
me
would've
up?
been
I don't
hilarious.
fucking care.
Oh
I
my
want to
God.
crowd surf." Like, okay, fine.
I would have laughed my ass off if it was the same guy too. He's like, "No, fuck you."
Get the fuck out of here.
You gotta have balls.
But
to
then
just,
the thing was, oh man. I went to the very last Warped Tour, which was at West Palm Beach, and it was in the amphitheater because they had, it was this giant stage, but then they had the left and the right together.
Right.
So everyone shifted to the left and right, which band was going, like, Issues, Interrupters, Mayday Parade,
Right.
Newfound Glory, all that. And it was just, man, it was pretty intense, but it was a great one. But I'll probably say 2014 was my favorite.
Okay.
Oof. Talking about favorites.
Oh, favorites.
I had a highlight on every single one I went to. Fuck. Because like the first one I went to, I met my first favorite band, which, like I said, Sum 41. The second one I went to, I got to meet Billy Talent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's
You
like-
were pretty much helpful because when I was lost, all I had to do was find you because all you had was that raggedy beanie, and I
everybody
just
remembers.
headbanging to Billy Tom like, okay,
There he
good, thank
is.
God. And then out of nowhere, here comes Danny, here comes Tyler. I'm like, what the fuck?
I was my beanie was the beacon.
You're in the lighthouse.
Yeah,
Now I'm
it's
making
the
a
lighthouse.
tattoo of it and an anchor.
do you still have that beanie, by the way?
I do.
He does.
Oh my God, he said he
Don't matter
does.
if it's raggedy.
So I'll share
It's
a
not
couple.
raggedy.
I'll share a couple of my favorite moments from Warped Tour.
Yeah, let's talk about favorite moments.
For me, the one that stands out to me, of course, would be the situation with the kid and the fucking honey bun.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
for the book, man.
He
We
went
had-
up to you.
He went up
out
to
of
me.
all people, he went
Out
up
of
to
all
you.
of us, he went up to me, and I look like the biggest nerd out of everyone there. And he's just like, "Hey, man, I know you got weed." I'm like, what? What?
Like, I want to
How?
know. I want to know
Because
what.
you're the one that looks least
Dude,
suspicious.
right? Do I look suspicious? What the hell?
The least suspicious.
This guy's trying to be incognito.
Incognito mode.
I know. I don't know what thought process made him look at you and be like, "Yes, that guy's gonna give me weed if I give him a honey bun."
And he was pretty much following us. Like, when I
Yes.
was seeing the ghost inside, he's like, hey, man, can I get... No, fuck off.
But from that situation with Beartooth, I remember one other song. I always forget the damn songs.
14-year-old.
There's someone that wanted to crowd surf, and we were there, and you guys, both Matt and Dave, were like picking the guy up and whatever, and we were like helping him get over, and then there was like the breakdown happened, and then we just dropped the dude. we just dropped him, and we just kept going.
But we
kept
chant the
fucking-
words like, I have a problem.
Oh yeah, I have a problem.
And the guy even said it too. He's like,
He like fell down. The other moment stands out for me, and I think it was 2013 because it had to be the one that had Memphis May Fire and Chiodos was on it too. Yes, it was Chiodos. Chiodos was on it, and the last one of the night was August Burns Red. This I remember
oh
correctly.
my goodness.
Is
So,
that when we were
this
almost
is-
suffocating?
No,
Dude.
because it was with Chiodos and Craig Owens was on stage, and there was like these bleachers or whatever for people there, and these dudes had signs that said, "Hey, Craig, suck it" or whatever, and he kept pointing at that sign and laughing, and I just thought it was the funniest thing because I'm like, that's the funniest thing about being a musician is like people will insult you and just be like, all right, whatever, fuck it, I can suck it, I guess. But yeah, Chiodos live was great. Because they were a band that I listened to in high school that I was like, yeah, this is getting me into this type of music. And seeing it live was really, I guess, a dream come true, you can sort of say, for like a kid that enjoyed that type of music. August Burns Red was crazy good. I really enjoyed hearing them. Let Live was, I mean, shit, it's Let Live. What did you think it would
Please tell
sound
me you
like?
remember the part where Jason like threw the mic on the floor.
He threw the mic on. Yeah.
And he kept like talking to it, and everybody's like, "Yeah,
yeah. No,
okay,
that happened.
I don't know
Okay,
what
we're
you're
doing
but
this.
Yeah, let's go.
Everybody was, dude. I remember looking around because I was like, okay, I know you're crazy, but dude, I can't hear you. Like whatever you're preaching right now, I cannot hear you.
I can't hear a word.
And for whatever reason, I looked around and everybody was like teary eyed and like,
Everyone's
Yeah,
feeling it, but
Jason.
I'm like, I can't.
it's like,
hear,
I can't fucking hear him. And we were close.
Yeah, yeah.
We were like what, 2 feet from the railing?
I think so. Yeah, there were other bands I remember seeing too, like we mentioned earlier, Real Big Fish. I saw Mayday Parade there, even though at that point I wasn't really caring for Mayday Parade.
well.
Oh well. And I was like, all right, cool. Go Radio I got to see, and that was like very shortly before they disbanded. I got to see early November, Man Overboard. So yeah, I'm more on the punk side and whatnot. But yeah, it was brownies. But yeah, it was cool to see them. And I mean, how all the friends you make along the way too is also great. You know. Losing you guys and running into you guys again was always fun, of course. Oh, we're getting food. Okay, and then 4 hours later, where the fuck did you go?
We went to get food.
We went to get food.
I was like trying to find you guys when Hawthorne Heights was about to start, but then I was like, I gotta.
Dude, but the rain. That was the one thing that always pissed me off was the fucking rain.
Yeah.
Like, you're in the middle of enjoying everything. You're like, man, I am sweaty, but at least I'm having a good time. And then, and you're like, fuck.
I remember everybody like running for cover, and you're like, run, get down,
Run, get down now.
I want to rip you out your spine.
Dude, and did you see everybody's disappointment because they're realizing, like, wow, I have to miss out on this band and that band because it's raining for like 30 minutes. Oh,
And then
man.
everybody would be. I mean, if you didn't carry your phones or anything on top of you, then you wouldn't really care. But unless like you would just rock the fuck out in the rain, which in essence it seems pretty cool. It's just it just sucks because the bands have to stop
But
playing.
man, your feet will be fucked up at the
Oh
end of
my
that.
Were you
god!
guys-
I remember that night in particular after August Burns Red ended. We went back to my car because we
Oh,
carpooled,
yeah.
and I had the little yellow Ford Focus at the time.
dude.
And that fucking parking lot was just flooded.
It was
Pretty
flooded,
muddy and everything, and I'm trying to get out, and we couldn't get
and
out.
Then luckily we had people, and then it was just you and me. We, had
We were all trying to push the shit, and then all the mud got all over us. It was,
I was like, Daniel, I love you, bro,
Dude.
but fuck.
Fuck this, I'm sitting down.
Blah, 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 blah.
We
And I'm
got
like,
out,
oh.
and then we went to the gas station, and we got like,
We got the fucking little paper
the squeegee,
towels
like,
and the
and then just
squeegee.
got the mud off.
Yep, we just got all the mud off the car. And then when I get home and my parents was like, "What happened to the car?" Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Just
I'll
let
go to
me
a
shower
car
and go to
wash.
sleep.
Yeah, just don't worry, guys.
Were
What
you
happened
guys-
to your clothes? I don't
Were
know.
you guys there when they had to like shut down for rain for 2 hours?
What year was that?
That's the thing. I can't remember the exact.
'Cause the only
year.
years I think
don't
I went
remember 14
I
doing
I know it was for 2 hours.
probably
And-
13.
We had to. I think I was with Oscar, but we had to wait 2 hours. We had to miss May I.
that was 2015.
2015. Okay, yeah, but we missed Miss May I, and it was raining for 2 hours. People were just sitting there. People were starting to get obnoxious because there's a bunch of teenagers. And
Oh,
just
was
messing
that
with
the
the
year
cops.
that it was at the what was it, Ford Amphitheater, Ford Field, or whatever it was called?
I think that was the
Tinkerfield.
I think that was the
Tinkerfield,
first
my
year that I
bad,
did
yeah,
that.
yeah. Okay.
I never
But
went to that one.
I
Only
remember-
Oh yeah, I didn't go to that one.
because I only went to 13 and 14 in Orlando, and they were at the fairgrounds, and then they switched it
Yeah.
over to Tinkerfield.
Because I remember as soon as the rain gave out, like people started kind of like pushing on the on the
axe,
gate.
Yeah.
yeah, and the cops let it out, and then we just started hauling ass over to We Came as Romans, and because there was 3 bands that ended up playing.
Damn.
So it started to thunderstorm again, and at that point, Black Veil Brides was playing. They only got through one song, and dude, I was just like, man, Andy Biersack's a dick, because he's like, hey, sorry guys, so we just gotta stop it. There's a thunderstorm. Bye.
Wow.
He just books it, dude.
Oh my god.
So like, I started to laugh because I'm like, this dude's probably like, my hair.
No.
My hair, my
hair,
makeup,
my neck. No,
But dude,
because now you bring that up, it reminds me of Ronnie Radke.
my estrogen.
Well, the
Oh
falling
my
in reverse. You
goodness.
remember that? And
Were
he
you
comes
there?
out, dude. He didn't even sing most of his songs. He would just point the microphone out to the people.
Like when he-
They all sing along. And goes, nah, nah.
Come
I'm
on,
like, what
I'm
the
getting real
fuck?
fucking bored here.
Wah, wah, wah.
Were you there when he passed by us? And it's like that was the time that he did like the undercut thing. So he had the Pidgeotto hair.
I think so.
Pidgeotto fuckboy haircut.
Yeah.
Oh, I think so. I don't remember.
I don't know. I remember I was with somebody and like he
The
passed
Pidgeotto
right in front
hair.
of us, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, it's Ronnie Radke!" And he just keeps walking,
I wish I could be like one of those people just like, oh my god, it's this person, and I just like flick him off as I walk out.
I'm used to seeing him with
What
like,
a dick!
I'm used to seeing him with like long ass scene hair, and now he has Pidgeotto hair. I'm like, dude, your head's fucking small compared to the rest of your body.
Yeah, for real. I guess I don't know. I didn't remember that. I just remember the his stage performance is just terrible.
Yeah, but he was a dick, but he was pretty much a good asshole.
Yeah, he was.
Like,
I guess.
right, la 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 la. And
Yeah, he was like situate.
Wait, was he the one that was like, wow, I can say anything I want and you guys would do it again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was he the one?
He was the one who said that. He was the one who said that year, and I was just like, wow, what a dick.
But I mean, is he wrong?
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. He has all his fans that just do whatever he says anyway. So okay, cool.
I mean, it's fucking. Well, I mean, if you have the power to do it, then I mean, shit. Who's gonna stop you?
That's true.
Do we have any other funny moments?
Funny that I can remember. Probably just making fun of Oscar. Really.
Ain't that right, Oscar?
Yeah.
Okay, shut the hell up, Oscar.
We love you, buddy.
We love
We
you,
love
buddy.
you, Oscar.
Well, I don't have many Warped Tour memories.
What years did you go? You didn't go that many, right? You said?
No, I think I went to tops just 3 Warped Tour dates. I think one was in 2013, the other one was 2015, and I don't remember if it was 2016 or 17.
Did you guys have any awkward moments in Warped Tour?
Awkward moments. Awkward moments.
Like, did you see like an ex or someone, and you're just like, oh, you're here too, or it's up to you guys if you want to share any.
Yes. That was actually this one girl that used to. Wait, what happened? Go for it. Okay, you know what? All right.
No
you
names.
Sure?
No, you don't have to say names.
Are you sure?
Go for it. Just don't name drop. I don't care.
No.
Okay.
must not be named.
So, on my
is it?
first Warped Tour, there was this girl that I went with.
Okay.
And then we had a good time. We had a good time, and things were going pretty well for us.
Okay.
So then after that, I take her home, and we're holding hands the entire way home.
Okay.
And before I leave, we leave. Before she leaves, we kind of make out a little bit and call it a night. Cool, no problem.
Cool.
Then the next day, this man over here, David, this David guy over here, starts messaging me after I get off of work. So then he's like, I don't know what happened during Warped Tour, but thank you, Jesus. Thank you. The spirits have blessed me. This guy was on euphoria.
He became a religious man.
He was on cloud 50.
Oh,
Like cloud 9 is nothing.
Okay.
He was on cloud 50. He's like, what happened? No, because I finally talking to this girl. Things are going great right now. I'm just like, oh, really? Who is it? He sends me a picture. It's the same girl. It's the same girl I took home the night before.
Oh no.
So what happens? I'm just like, oh, that's nice.
Wow.
That's nice. Oh, but yeah, that was
Jinkies.
that's definitely probably one of the most awkward moments I've ever had in any Warped Tour ever. And it was my first one, so I was not looking forward to having anything happen like that.
You were just like that cartoon in that one meme where he's like with the finger up, and he's just like
Yeah. But other than that, my one of my favorite experiences was definitely my first concert, which was with one of my exes all the way back in 2010 in Arizona. So, we went to see I Set to Kill, and that's when I discovered Confide, which are no longer together anymore. I saw The Word Alive, and I saw I Set to Kill, which was definitely one of those emo days that is so infamous.
Okay.
But no.
But you never had any other awkward like thing at Warped Tour where you saw someone and you just like
other than
turn
meeting
the other way around, just
other than seeing girls that I used to hook up with when I worked at Hot Topic, then no.
Oh hey,
Josh, how you doing? I'm like, so what you doing?
And then that other friend's like, how's the pull out? What?
Oh no, let's not talk about that.
The pull out sofa, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? All right. Anyway,
I got 2 in mind.
oh yikes. Okay.
So one of them was during the first one. It's when I was
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
We gotta talk about that one day. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right.
We'll give people the story for that one. Some
something-
other video. Anyway,
some other video.
so that was like the first time I had like intimate experiences with somebody.
Okay.
So I go to this girl's house. 2 weeks later, it's my first Warped Tour. I see her there, And she starts talking about this guy she's been talking to, and I was just like, oh, okay. This is what happened the past 2 weeks then.
Oh no! What happened the past 2 weeks?
So I thought we had something special,
thought-
Gary.
Gary!
Oh my
SpongeBob reference.
God, SpongeBob.
But the most awkward thing I've ever had at Warped Tour, though. So Billy Talent, right?
Yes.
Going back to that.
Uh-huh.
I wait at the table. Everything's great. I see them pass in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fangirling on the inside.
Of course.
So imagine this.
Yeah.
You're the drummer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This little fucking 19-year-old kid is just staring at you, like practically the mouth drooling, like, oh my God. Like,
no.
dude, I could not control my fangirl because this is the one band I never thought I would meet.
Right.
So I'm just staring at him and he's like, oh, hey, how's it going? You okay? And I'm like,
Oh.
that actually came out of my mouth. I could not talk.
Oh no.
So that was the most embarrassing thing. So that picture, the drummer, I can point him out. That's his awkward face. He's not smiling.
Oh no.
He's feeling
just like,
awkward
what
because
the fuck?
that picture happened right after. I was like,
That's
kudos to
terrible.
him because he just smiled and it's like, okay, this kid's probably nervous or some shit, but that's the most awkward thing.
Holy.
I mean, think about it. You got this 6 foot tall guy, kind of stammering, but he was sitting down. Not you. He wasn't sitting down. Oh.
Nah.
Okay, never mind.
Nah.
We were both standing up, but like he notices me staring at him and he's just like this, like just
Picture of.
oh hey.
Oh, just.
How you doing?
Oh my God.
It's like, I was like, holy shit, this kid's fucking staring at me like a psychopath.
Hi.
Hi.
So Matt, any awkward moments?
Oh, I got plenty of them.
Aside from cheese
No.
face.
Huh?
Aside from cheese face.
Don't you dare call
face.
Jonathan just cheese face, dude. He's been in a
Blacko
been in a
cheese.
fucking
Black cheese.
clusterfuck of ever since that freaking bus accident. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, but they
that
already
was a
performed.
That was another thing.
But they
I
already had
wish-
their show, though.
Don't
They
call-
They already had their show, and they
Don't call
played
it
it
a
well,
comeback,
and
though.
they even got some sort of material
Yep.
that they written. I was like, man, I would have loved to fucking go and see that.
Yeah. I'll get back to it.
Goodness, man.
Oh, they're a good band, man.
I would say my most embarrassing moment at Warped Tour was. Why are you laughing?
I'm thinking of like you probably had someone try to say, "Hey, get me up there for like crowd surfing," and you like dropped them or something.
It was that. I remember. Well, I remember.
I got more funny moments, so that's what
I remember when August Burns Red was like, Jake Lures was like, saying his little speech is like, it's not about the color of your skin or what you believed in, and I was literally just saying. After every sentence, he said, Empire. It's not about who you love. Empire. It's not about what you preach. Empire. We are here for everyone. Empire. This song is called Empire. And I literally looked to the guy to the left. I'm like, you owe me a buck bag. But I think one of the worst situations that I had was when I first met Jason.
Derulo?
Jason Butler.
He talked to you. He talked to you about his Cats movie, Jason Derulo.
Talk dirty to me. Meow, meow, meow,
Meow,
meow,
meow,
meow,
meow.
meow,
Super international pop icon. Jason Derulo.
No, I took a picture with Jason Butler, and he was a pretty cool guy. But then
Yes.
I remember that he's not really into religious things. I think that
was his thing. Yeah.
I think that was his thing. But then I realized I said like, God bless you, and then and then Aaron was like, dude, what the fuck? I was like, oh shit, I forgot about that. Fuck it.
What the fuck, dude?
Like meeting him was probably one of the most heartfelt things I've had. Like meeting somebody from that scene.
What the fuck, dude? I'm like, oh my God, dude.
Aaron, can you get your voice any higher?
Yo, you remember when we met
love you,
Jason? That like some girl somehow snuck in a whole like basket of fucking cookies and gave it to Jason.
What the fuck?
You
don't remember that?
I
She made
remember
a bag
that.
of cookies,
I
and then this
remember
one
that,
fat dude was like, "Can I have some?" I was like, "Sure."
Sure.
And then like she gave it to Jason, and Jason like offering it to everybody around him. You remember that?
Yes. I remember that now. I was just like, what the
One
fuck?
kid was like, "Ew, it's oatmeal."
Is that raisin?
I thought they were chocolate chip.
I don't know how she snuck this whole fucking basket of cookies in.
Must add connections or something, dude. No, yeah, it was great to see Jason and Let Live. That was a great band to see live. I remember seeing them that year in back booth at Soundbar now, but that year I saw them there in Orlando and in the Warped Tour.
Man, I wanted to see them when they were here in 14. I think you went because it was a co-headline with them with Architects.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I think Kevin Scott from A Day to Remember was
Yes.
there too. I was like,
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
David
night.
told me
Yeah.
that. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I took a picture with him. Yeah.
But now that we've shared plenty of good stories here, I did want to bring up, do you think we'll ever get a rock festival or some
Well,
type
there's
of
always
festival
is. Like,
that?
ever since they announced the end of Warped Tour, there's plenty of it. Like, you got the Rocks. I think it's the Rockstar
Technically,
Energy
you have-
Disrupt. You got the Rage Fest, which is
Technically,
that's
we have
Isn't
rock.
there Rockville also?
Yeah, that's what
Rock-
I've
So-
never been to that one.
Earth Day,
so-
Birthday. I mean,
I
there's
s-
still gonna be festivals.
I see Rockville's more like that. Not like I know I joked around about it earlier, but like that WJRR scene.
Yeah.
Those people that like the like
But see, that's
bar
my thing.
rock.
Is like I feel like
Not the post-hardcore,
for
like
all the
metalcore stuff.
variety
Or
that
butt rock.
butt rock.
Can you take me high? Yeah, people that listen to that, you know.
Look at this photograph.
Yes, yeah.
Definitely those people.
It's just I don't know for the last years of
we'll go to heaven.
So Nickelback through
Dude, the only reason I'm telling you this because everybody that I heard that
You
talks
give
about
it to
Rockville tells me like, yeah, man, these bands are going Disturbed, Five Finger Death Punch, Breaking Benjamin.
You're over here.
Like,
You're over like, hey, Breaking Benjamin would be great,
Yeah,
but it's
Breaking
like
Benjamin would be
you'd
great,
be
but
like,
the other
wow,
ones I'm
but
just
they
like-
start off with Disturbed.
yeah, it's just like, oh god, no.
They've made the
No.
same song for like the last 11 years, man.
Hiya, hiya. Oh wait, no, that's Creed. Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
god. But you get what you get what I mean when I'm saying like WJR bands, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but hey,
Yes.
that's their music. Leave
That's
it to
that's
them.
that's the weird part
But-
about
No,
here.
that's the point that I was gonna make. Like, I feel like that's for more like that type of that like around that scene of music.
right.
But
right.
Well,
As I was-
JR has been JR has been kind of playing more classic music more than anything recently. They've
Oh,
been
you mean
just
like
playing-
classics such as da na 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 na.
It don't matter as long as they get
WJRR. That's
publicity, bro.
Green Day. That was Green Day with Boulevard of Broken Dreams for the fourth time today.
Me high and I'll sing, oh you take everything
here's the bleeding.
I love how we're making fun of it, but you guys know the
Well,
lyrics.
because that's
Goddamn
that's
right.
But that's the reason why I don't listen to radio anymore, dude. Because it's always the same shit, and then they do all these shows, and it's the same people, and I'm like, you wonder why there are no good rock bands out there that are making a name for themselves. I'm sorry, I'm going on a rant now, but that's my point. I'm like, I want these festivals back. I want more good names out there. I don't want them at the bottom of the list. Headline them, dude. There's, I don't know what it is
That's
about
the-
rock.
the
That's
saddest
just
part.
not-
that's
The
amazing.
saddest part about that whole shit is that
Yeah.
you got things like Spotify now, which are making pretty much like, which are making radio, anything radio related, just kind of obsolete. Because you can
Yes.
pick and choose whatever the hell
Dude,
you want now.
I play stuff at my job. They've made me like exclusive DJ at my job, and I play stuff that these people have not heard, and they go, "Yo, who the hell is that?" And I'm like, "Of course you don't know who the fuck this is."
Oh, it's LL Cool
Because
J.
no one, LL Cool J.
because no one knows who these guys are.
Because no one knows who these people
They're
are.
local. They only have 100 views on YouTube.
Yeah,
Jason
but even
Derulo. But I look at it as this.
Just ruin the whole thing.
No,
man.
in all seriousness, I look at it as this. Even though Warped Tour is done,
Yeah.
that still doesn't mean there's plenty of other people that can round up their own tours and then try to make something for
Oh, of
themselves.
course.
You know?
I don't want to be a Debbie
Which is
Downer
why I
about it,
mentioned,
no.
like, even though there is Rockville, but then remember there was like, what was it? As I was saying, the Rockstar Disrupt. Because I know Circus Survive is going to be on there. Sum 41, Sleeping with Sirens,
Yeah.
Thrice, and then you got like Rage Fest.
Oh, because
that's
too, they got to
why,
make
like,
their
Attila
money. That's
with,
where
like, them,
that's where
Crowd
I
the Empire.
realize it's like, well, these people got to make their money too. So it's like I get it. It's just a little annoying because it's just most of the same thing.
It kind
Because
of
I used to follow Rise Records. I used to follow a bunch of other stuff, and I don't follow them anymore because it's always the same bands, the same stuff. Like, granted, yeah, they do release other artists, but it's just it doesn't feel the same. It's like they
Well,
got
the thing is-
their breakthroughs, and then okay, that's it.
Well, the thing is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's pretty much how the
That's
cycle
annoying.
it goes.
No, that's I hate
Nah,
that.
dude, that's
Personally,
how
I
it
he
hate
has a
is.
point.
Huh?
Like
What'd you
with
say?
Disney.
He has a point.
Yeah, man. Fuck your
About
point.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Fuck you.
Yeah, look at it
your
from a
point.
business perspective. Why do you
It is perspective, yeah.
Okay, but then why do you think bands like the Beatles and the Queen has stood the test of time? Because they've diversed their sound.
But that's a topic for another time.
This is music. It's
I
the
know.
same
Look,
topic.
we can
All right,
all agree
all right.
that Bullet for My Valentine sucks dick. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Josh.
Sorry, Josh.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Hey.
Just because I like them, don't make me garbage. That just
Yeah.
means I got garbage taste.
Jinkies.
what he said.
If you guys have had any Warped Tour memories, please comment down below on wherever platform this is. Most likely I'll be putting this on YouTube, Spotify maybe, so you'll get more updates there. Anywho, I do want to leave a topic for next time, and I figured this would be more of something that we can just kind of put our head to and just be like, okay, we'll come up with something. What is the band or artist, in your opinion, that you feel like has made the most impact? And of course, it is objective, and you could just kind of be like, oh, well, I mean,
Are we talking culturally?
We could talk culturally, we can talk mainstream, whichever. At least in your opinion, when they tell you about certain bands, whether it's rock, whatever, it could be big, it could be small, whatever. What band do you feel like has made a bigger impact to you, and you feel like has been just kind of culturally important? Could be anything. Could be old, it could be new. However,
Well, I like to start.
if you wanted to leave it for next time, and we could leave it now if you want.
Oh, okay, right. Actually, that'd be a good question for next time. We're leaving off with a.
Oh, he was ready for Bullet from a Valentine, folks.
Actually, well, it was actually
I'm kidding.
one of them. That's one of them. But that's one of them. But I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it for next time we cover this. So
Yeah,
we're just like
absolutely.
wrapping this up right now. Or?
I guess so. I mean, we have enough stuff. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And now we've reached the weirdo ending of the section, folks.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
What?
Oh yeah.
Swear to God.
Oh,
This is. Well, enjoy the little bit left of sanity.
I know,
What
right?
we have left
Before
before
the
things
sanity.
get weird. Oh, there it is. There it is.
I love that none of these guys have really dropped F-bombs more than I have. I
What the
think.
fuck you talking about, you fucking piece of shit?
Is that a challenge, fuckface?
Hey.
I don't know. I like.
Hey, watch your fucking mouth.
I like beat bombs better. Bitch.
Anyway,
Fuck me.
this has been DudeWhatCool Podcast, episode 1. I hope you guys have a
Fuck.
wonderful day or night or whenever you're hearing this by.
Nobody's gonna fucking hear this.
I wouldn't
This
really
is just a
disagree
waste
with
of
that.
fucking time.
Hey, relax now, all right?
I'm not even
Jesus.
getting paid for this shit.
Can you imagine they start listening to this shit and start
Well, this
commenting
thing
like,
breaks
you guys
through.
should probably
This thing
stop.
breaks through. We get invited to Joe Rogan and shit.
Break through.
Ball sacking me.
It's gonna
Fucking-
break. What's gonna break
He's
through?
gonna
is
bring us to
our time.
his podcast. He's gonna be all like, "All right, I mean, it could be entirely possible."
We'll be lucky if we can even be in the presence of Joe Rogan's ballsack.
Listen,
Got him.
with enough,
I can see Joe's Rogan's ball sack being like, "Oh my god, yes, it's them. I want them."
You think it's
Look,
you
with
think his
enough-
ballsack is just as bald as his head?
with enough views and follows and likes, all right, we can get close enough to meeting Jason Derulo.
But
okay?
Daniel, here. See, this is where I'm gonna
wanna
have to
know
stop you
something
there
funny?
because Daniel, we're kind of fucking retarded.
we're kind of fucking retarded.
You
We
want
can
to
get on Alex Jones too.
You want to know something funny?
What?
Probably not gonna be funny.
I know somebody that knows Jason Derulo. You want to make it happen? I can try.
You want to make it happen? We'll make it happen. All right, folks, that's all
We'll
from
have
us.
international superstar.
Enjoy
Jason
the rest of your
Derulo.
day.
Probably see you guys live over at Area 51.
We're
base.
gonna have a show next time at Not Fucking Happening, and all right, guys, toodle.